This is a demonstration on the provisioning of your dCloud Webex Contact Center environment. This will be the start of a series of videos that you should have a look at to get familiarized with the Webex Contact Center demonstration and the different demonstration scenarios provided within the demonstration guide. First thing you do is go to dcloud.cisco.com and you'll be redirected to the dcloud2-rtp.cisco.com site. Then go into Catalog, close these two screens, then click on Contact Center under Solutions, and you can do a search for Webex CC, or you can see here that it's right at the top of the list. I'll then go ahead and favorite this, so I can then go back to My Hub, and it will show up under My Favorites, along with the other demonstrations that I've favorited in the past. As I scroll down and find this demonstration, I can click on it right here to read up on some information about the demonstration, see what's new in this version of the Webex Contact Center demonstration, and see a list of scenarios provided within the demonstration guide. And then I can click on Resources as well, and click right here, and you can see here now that my demonstration guide has been downloaded, and you can open that up and review the demonstration guide, which will tell you everything about the demonstration, and will also take you through all the scenarios. The scenarios will have talking points in this column right here, and the demonstration steps that you need to perform at that spot in the demonstration. It'll take you all through the demonstration as you go through. Pay special attention to any of the text highlighted in yellow with the word Note next to it, as it will give tips in the demonstration guide on things to watch out for to make your demonstrations go smoother. Let's click on the View button to get into the Webex Contact Center demonstration. But first, I need to log into the dCloud Toolbox. You can either use your Cisco CCO login by clicking on Login with Cisco SSO, or you can click on Create Account if you'd prefer to go ahead and put in the information required here to create a separate dCloud login and password for the Toolbox that is different than your Cisco login. I'll go ahead and log in with mine, and you can see here now that I'm inside of the Toolbox, where I can see a few different things here. I can join the general dCloud support room here, and we'll talk more about accessing a specific demonstration support room later on. I can also access the tools for creating customer profiles and branding profiles to customize my demonstration environment. And I can click right here to get into the instant demonstration that I'd like to get into. So I'll click on my Webex Contact Center demo, and we'll come back to customer profile later on. Now, I've been in here before, so I've already gone ahead and provisioned my account, and you can see a lot of the account information specific to my dCloud profile provided right here, including our demonstration user personas for the agent and supervisor and administrator, a link to get a mobile app loaded onto my smartphone, information needed as I configure the mobile app, and also locations here for me to customize Webex Contact Center desktop layouts if I need to show a customer something that's outside of the standard already provided dCloud Webex Contact Center agent desktop layout. And also locations here for you to go ahead and download the Webex/Teams app and also the Webex calling app for both Windows and Mac if you'll be demonstrating the agent desktop using your own browser on your laptop instead of using the remote desktop sessions. We'll talk more about that later on. And you can see here the provisioning button. Yours will initially say, "Provision me," but after you've provisioned it and received all of your provision information that you just saw, if there's any reason to re-provision your account, you can see that a re-provision, yes, fix my account button is provided for you right here to easily do that within the demonstration toolbox. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is join the Webex Contact Center support space in case you have any issues or any questions and you want to ask the dCloud developers and support team about the demonstration. You just click on this, put in your email address, and the support space will be added to your Webex application. If you don't see it right at the top, you can do a search on dCloud, and it should come up as one of the top hits to get you right into that Webex space in case you have any questions you need to ask. So again, having a quick look here, we've got our demonstration websites, including the built-in Cumulus dCloud demonstration sites, and you will also see any customized demonstrations that you've created in the past. We've got our VPN information, our workstation access in case it tells us your remote desktop into a workstation, and then we've got our demo persona cards. So you can see here Sandra Jefferson and all of her login information. And yours will be different than mine. Yours will be specific with your 4-digit PIN that you establish as you're setting up your dCloud Toolbox account. And you've got quick access to the URLs to get right onto the agent desktop in case you want to demonstrate with your own browser on your own laptop instead of using the remote desktop's built-in Chrome browsers. And these are copy buttons. So if you click on a URL to get into the desktop, you might want to click on the copy first on our username so that you can quickly get into the agent desktop. Now I'm going to click on the Toolbox Home here so we can talk about customer profiles. Under Tools and Customer Profile, this is where you can go ahead and add a customer that will be the customer that you will demonstrate with within any of your dCloud demonstrations. And you can see the information that you can enter about your customer. First name, last name, address, and note that some of these are not required. But the key within this is to put in correct phone numbers and email addresses that can be associated with this contact. These will be the phone numbers that you dial in from when you dial into the contact center during a demonstration, such as using your own cell phone number. And create a fictional email address to represent that customer as well. For example, my customer is Rob Thomas. I created a Gmail account for him in a fake address, but these are the real cell phone numbers for my cell phone in the different number formats. So if I place a call into a demonstration using my cell phone number, it's going to greet me as, "Hello, Rob Thomas," because I created a customer entry for him. Okay, so that's the customer profile, and we'll hit the back button here and just head back to our demo toolbox. There's just a couple more things to show you here. So we'll get back into our Webex Contact Center demo and the VPN and workstation information. So you can run your demonstration without VPNing into the dCloud environment using the VPN credentials here. If you do choose to get into it without the VPN, then this means that you would be using your own browsers on your own laptop, which is perfectly fine. The challenges that you might run into are things like if you logged into the control hub as the administrator with this username and password, or the management portal with this administrator username and password, if you then went to log in as an agent on that same browser, it's going to try to use this username and password, which is not an agent. Your agent is Sandra Jefferson, or you can also log into the agent desktop as your supervisor, Rick Barrows. So in that case there, you might have to bring up an Incognito Browser to be able to log into the agent desktop because your browser's cache will be trying to log you in as the administrator that was already logged into the management portal. So that's just a point to note. However, a way to get around that is to VPN into the dCloud environment and just use the workstations that are built into the dCloud environment to log in your agent and your supervisor so that you can have them both up and running at the same time. Perhaps if you wanted to receive a chat from a customer and transfer that chat from the agent over to the supervisor. So those are just some things to note about using your own browsers or using the VPN with the workstations. And the last part to talk about is your demo website. Typically, what you'll probably do is play the part of the customer from your own browser on your own laptop. And to do this, you can see that you're already on the toolbox. In here, I can pick the vertical that I want. Again, these are the built-in dCloud verticals. And depending if you want a bot involved in your vertical or not, you'll select the appropriate vertical to bring up the website. And again, there are 5 different verticals built right into the dCloud Cumulus demonstrations. However, if you have created custom verticals before for any of your dCloud demonstrations, those will also be showing so that you can get right into those specific customer demonstration websites if needed. But I'll just bring up one of the Cumulus demonstrations to show the website and the customer experience to get you ready to start delivering your dCloud Webex Contact Center demonstration. So here we have the Cumulus Finance, and we can see that I can click on to the other pages to get further information about Cumulus Finance if needed. And I can see the methods to access the Cumulus Contact Center right here on the right. This will be the button that you'll press to get into a chat with the contact center, or as you can see, proactive chat has been enabled. So after a set amount of time, this pop-up shows up just to catch the customer's attention to let them know that they could chat by clicking here as well. So I'll go ahead and click on the Chat Now button, and this is where the customer would use the form to enter their name and their email. And by the way, this would be the email of the demonstration customer that we just talked about. And you'd fill this out, hit the start chat. So in my case, I would put in Rob Thomas. Select what it is that I want to talk with the contact center about, and click the start chat. And in this case, I'll be communicating through the bot. And you would go on with the demo flow from there. And I'll close this out now. And if the customer needed to place a phone call or an email into the contact center for additional questions, they could click on the email to fill out a form and send in their email, or they could click on the Call Us button here. And if you click on the Call Us, it will show the numbers that you'll see in the demonstration guide, depending on what it is that you're trying to do at the time. So hopefully this gave you a quick overview of the provisioning steps and the additional things that you need to know about as you're getting ready to perform your Webex Contact Center demonstration. Please have a look at the additional videos to see more details about this demonstration. Thank you.